It's the second last day of our family holiday. We are starting to feel a bit better now, starting to recover, but let me take you back to the beginning. We booked this holiday back in June, so 6 or 7 months ago now, and every year we like to go away with all 4 kids and have a wonderful 1 or 2 week break, like I guess most families do. And this time we decided, rather than going to, say, Asia, like a lot of people from Perth would do, we thought we'd come to Fiji. Maggie and I had been to Fiji maybe 10 years ago, and we stayed at this resort, which is the Shangri-La. It was a great time. I came here with my friend Ben and his wife Michelle before they were married, and it was just a great time, and we swore to ourselves that we would bring the kids back here. Now fast forward 10 years later, we've got another 2 kids, and yeah, it's been a fantastic time. We flew from Perth to Brisbane. We had a few days on the Gold Coast where we stayed at an apartment on the Gold Coast, and then we went to Movie World and we went to Wet n Wild. Movie World, it wasn't really for the little kids. It seemed a bit dated. It didn't really grab me. It seemed like they didn't have as many rides as I remembered from 10 or 15 years ago when I last went. There was not a lot for the younger kids. It didn't really grab me. Wet n Wild, it was great. All of the kids had a great time. Fantastic. We then left. We had a couple of days of shopping and enjoying the Gold Coast. We went to the museums around Brisbane, which was fantastic.
Oh, I guess I see you somewhere around.
So we finished our time in Brisbane. We took a flight to Fiji, which is another 3 hours or so, and then we've pretty much been here for the last 4 or 5 days at this place, the Shangri-La. It's a great place, highly recommend it. Great for kids. It's like 6 or 7 restaurants, beaches, some of the best snorkeling. We have done some amazing snorkeling. Snorkeling is one of the things that I love, especially when you're snorkeling along and there's a great, like along a reef, and there's a great shelf and you can see the drop and there's fish all along the edge. There's quite a bit of that. Of this reef just out here actually. Lots of swimming, spending time with the family. It's been a great time. But we did get sick. Pretty sick. So I probably spent a day or 2 in bed, and Maggie's really 4 or 5 days into her sickness and still starting to recover. So we're starting to recover, but there's still that let's just say spending a bit too much time in the bathroom. But apart from that, I think we've got to appreciate that we are on holidays. This is an amazing place. We've done some amazing things. It's about gratitude. I think if we have 1 week out of 52 where we have such an amazing time, we've got to really appreciate that and accept how awesome it is.
Oh, I guess I see you somewhere around.
Why do we take holidays? Why do we take time out each year, or however often we do, to go to somewhere different, to experience something new, to reinvigorate? Well, I think it's about balance, and I think in the busy lives that we lead, in the intense world, we need to have a yin to our yang, and I guess I'm thinking more and more about balance and this yin-yang philosophy across everything that we do, across our personal lives, across our mind, across our relationships, our business relationships, across our business, across dealing with our customers. So what does yin and yang mean? What is the definition of yin and yang? Everything contains yin and yang. They are two opposite yet complementary energies. Although they are totally different, opposite in their individual qualities and nature, they are interdependent. Yin and yang cannot exist without the other. They are never separate. When we put effort into one part of our business or our world, it has a reaction, or we need to understand that we need to put effort into another part of our world. And so if we focus all of our energy into one part of the business, for example, if we have great productivity, on the other side of that yin-yang, our people won't be so happy. When you look at the basic Gazelle's one-page business plan, there is balance across the top. There is the people side of the business, and there is the productivity side of the business. So if you focus too much on the people side, business will suffer. If you focus too much on the productivity side, the business will suffer. The goal should not be to achieve great productivity. It should be to achieve balance across everything that we're doing. If we focus all of our efforts on satisfying shareholders, well, then our customers might not be happy, or our people might not be happy. So identifying what are the parts of the business that we're working on, or even in our personal life what we're working on, and what is the counterbalance, what is the anti-balance, what is out of sync that we need to bring into sync. Here's what I mean. If you're going to tell your customers something, what are you going to tell your employees? If you're going to spend more money on marketing, are you going to spend more money on operations to improve the effectiveness of your business? If you're going to spend more money on sales, are you going to spend more money on training? What is the yin to the yang? How do you get these two separate elements to complement each other rather than working against each other? I think we see in the world at the moment a great push from one side to the other side of politics, and some great turmoil that's happening. But I wonder is this all part of this never-ending push between one side and another side to find balance? I'm still working on it. It's interesting.
Oh, I guess I see you somewhere around.